Hi everyone, it's Gillian and welcome back to my channel Hooked and Smitten and another crochet tutorial. For today's tutorial, we're going to be working on these easy to make tulip bag charms. Let's get started. For round 1, start with a magic ring. Chain 1. And the chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch. Into the ring, you're going to make 8 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And you're going to pull your ring close. And for this round, for this pattern, we're going to be working in a continuous round, so we're not going to join at the end. And that is the end of round 1. For round 2, you're going to make 2 single crochets into the next stitch. And you're going to place a stitch marker into that first single crochet stitch to keep track of the beginning of the round. And you're going to repeat into the next stitch, make 2 single crochets. And repeat 2 single crochets into the next stitch. And you're going to continue around and meet you at the end. At the end of round 2, you should have 16 single crochets. For round 3, you're going to make 1 single crochet into the next stitch. And we're going to put our stitch marker back. And 2 single crochets into the next stitch. And repeat 1 single crochet into the next stitch and 2 single crochets into the next. And repeat 1 single crochet into the next stitch and 2 single crochets into the next. You're going to repeat this sequence around and I'll meet you at the end. At the end of round 3, you should have 24 single crochets. For round 4, we're going to make 1 single crochet into each stitch around. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 24. At the end of round 4, you should have 24 single crochets since we didn't do any increase. You're now going to repeat round 4 7 more times, and that's going to bring you up to round 11. So go ahead and make 7 more rounds of single crochets, and I'll meet you back here at the end of round 11. At the end of round 11, you're going to slip stitch into the first stitch. And you're going to fasten off here, but you're going to leave a long tail to sew the top of the pattern. And at the end of round 11, you should have 24 single crochets. So now what we're going to do, we're going to stuff this with a little bit of polyfill, and then we're going to give the tulip its shape. So we're just going to We're going to put our end on our tapestry needle. And we're going to go from this end to the next. So we're going to insert our needle on the opposite side like that. And then we're going to pull this. And we're going to come back and insert our hook and go over to that side once more. And we're going to work the other side. So we're going to insert our needle this way. And then over to the opposite side. And we're going to pull. And we're going to do that once more. And we're going to go in from this side and over. And then when you're satisfied with the way it looks, you can just go ahead and hide your yarn tail down into the pattern. So I'm just gonna insert. You can go a couple more times if you want to, but for me I think that looks good. So just gonna hide our yarn tail down into the bulb. So next up, we're going to make the leaf. To make the leaf, we're going to start by placing a slip knot on our hook. And you're going to chain 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You're going to skip the first chain, so into the second chain from the hook, you're going to make a slip stitch. Make a single crochet into the next 2 chains. 1 and 2. Make a half double crochet into the next 10 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. Make 1 single crochet into the next 2 chains. 1 and 2. Chain 1 and make a single crochet into the last space that you just worked. And you're going to turn your work so that you're working the opposite side of the chain. Into the next stitch, you're going to make a single crochet. And you're going to make a half double crochet into the next 10 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. Make a single crochet into the next 2 chains. 1, and 2. At the end, you're going to slip stitch into that slip stitch that you made at the beginning of the round. And you're going to fasten up here. So next up, we're going to make the hanging loop. To make the hanging loop, you're going to place a slip knot on your hook. And you want to leave a bit of a tail so that you can attach it to the top of the bulb. You're going to chain 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And in that 12th stitch, you're going to place a stitch marker so that it's easier to find. 12, 13, 14, 15, 37, 38, 39, 40. And you're going to make a slip stitch into the chain where you have the stitch marker. You're going to slip stitch into the next 3 chains. 1, 2, and 3, and you're going to attach the loop to the leaf, and I use the wider part of the leaf, which is this end, and you can see this end is a little bit more tapered. So I slip stitch in, you're working from the back side of the leaf, and insert your hook and make a slip stitch. And you're now going to slip stitch into the remaining 8 chains. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then you're going to fasten off here by cutting your yarn. And with your tapestry needle, you're going to attach this to the top of the bulb. and you're going to hide these ends down through the bulb. And that is the end of the tutorial. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, share it, and I will see you in the next video.